Hello folks, hope you're all doing well. You might be thinking, what on earth is he doing at the allotment in this Espin down here? Look, you can see all the snow we've got over there. This is day 2, 3, I can't remember quite which one it is, of us having the snow. And there's quite a bit of snow lying, but you know, it's starting to melt. It's not as cold as it looks. When I was up here at the weekend, it was absolutely freezing, but the sunshine was out and you would have thought it was roasting. Today, it's a bit cloudy, and you know what? It's all right. It's much warmer, and it's supposed to get warmer as the week goes on, so the snow will melt. And one good thing, one quick thing before we get on to what we're doing today. Let's have a spin around, right? You can see the snow all the way over the plot, and it's great when it's like this because the snow has one advantage, is that in the past we've had problems with rabbits getting in the plot, and as we can see all the way along here, apart from where it's starting to melt there, we have got untouched snow. So there's no little rabbit prints. We've got some bird prints here around this area, and we've got some more birds and things that have been along here, but there are no rabbit footprints anywhere along here, along the snow, which is wonderful to see. Although I do feel a bit sorry for the birds. If they've been in here looking for some food or something, I feel a bit sorry for them because there's nothing. Apart from it's the pigeons, because they come and eat things. So if the pigeons, tough luck, they're on the hard cards. Anyway, right, we're going into the polytunnel. So bear with me just a second while I unlock the door, and we'll head in and we'll take a look. And let me go in here sort of backwards. And if you look over my shoulder, you might be right in thinking, oh, look at the mess inside of there. In fact, let's have a good old look at the mess. There's a tub full of cuttings there from the strawberries and the tops of carrots and things. That's for another project I'll come to. And there is stuff everywhere. And there's a reason there is stuff everywhere, because towards the end of the growing season last year, loads of stuff got piled up in here. Potions and lotions and tubs and buckets and the pots we grow in, and food and compost bags and cardboard boxes to do projects with, and all sorts of stuff. We've got a project, and that's what I'm here to do, or here hopefully to do. We'll see if the ground's frozen at the back here. So let me show you this. This is a big old pile of slabs that I was very generously given. And it used to sit there, where that single slab is, used to sit there. And my plan is we're going to have a slabbed area all the way along the back of the polytunnel here. There's a pot and bench going to go here in the middle, which I've already got. And we put some shelves over here. And then all this stuff, you see all the stuff that's in this box? Boxes of food, gloves, temperature monitors, tape. Everything that you just sort of need for rounding about here, for getting stuff done, is going to go in there. So first jobs first, and apologies for spinning you around all the time. It's just a mess in here for getting stuff set up. It is a bit lumpy, bumpy, uneven sort of thing back here. We've got a bit of weed fabric down there. We've got some weeds, dead weeds to take out along here. First jobs first, this soil along here, I'm going to level it off-ish, thereabouts. So that'll get taken down. We'll cover it all in weed fabric all the way along there. The sand will go on top, and hopefully we'll get it kind of level. And the reason I've got this slab here is because I'm going to start here. I'm going to start right in the middle here where the door is. So when this door opens, I can make sure these are deep enough and the door can swing out and it can come and cross the slabs, because I could just see me putting the sand in, putting the slabs on top, making them too high, and then I can't open the door. So that's the one thing we must do, is make sure there's enough clearance for the door. I'll get set up, we'll get started with this, and I'll come back to you in a bit and show you what progress we're making. Couple of things to mention. Let me just spin you around there. First things first, don't block your path with a big pile of slabs, because then you can't get the wheelbarrow in. So when you're digging up loads of mud, earth, dirt, whatever you want to call it, from over there, and you need to take it all the way out here, don't block your path, because your wheelbarrow can't get through, and then you have to use one of these plastic tubs, fill it up, take it out, fill it up, take it out. But hey, we're not all perfect. These things happen. Let me show you how we're getting on. So I'm doing from kind of where the bags of sand are there, and we've come up to just where the weed fabric is uncovered there. I just want to get this bit done in front of the door first. Get that first 3 slabs down, I think, and then everything else will come out from there. I'm pretty sure this isn't the optimal path building way, but it's just the way I'm sort of muddling my way through it. It doesn't need to be absolutely perfect. It's just going to have a little shelving unit thing on it for storing stuff on. I'm going to get it as level and as flat as I can using the sand and a bit of wood to level it off, but we'll come to that when we can do it. But that's the progress. And also, through digging all of that out, I've also remembered why I like no dig, because it's blooming hard work. It's getting hot. I've had to take my jacket off inside the polytunnel, even though it's a little bit cold outside. Not to worry. Right, more progress. Weed fabric, sand, start the slabs. Back with you in just a jiffy. Well, we've been making some more progress, and it's not been as bad as I thought it would be. Unlike the strawberries, let's not revisit the strawberry disaster again. Right, just gonna go down on my knees here, and let me turn you around. So we've got 2 slabs down. I've got space here for a third one, but I've not put the third one down because I'm going to show you how I've sort of muddled my way through doing this. And once again, apologies to anybody out there who does any sort of hard landscaping or anything like that. This is just me doing a thing in the polytunnel. So here it is. Right, so 2 slabs down. All I've done, dug down the mud deep enough so I think we can open this door above the slabs. Black weed fabric down to suppress any weeds that might grow in here. Thankfully there's only the odd one, and it's getting better all the time because we're inside the polytunnel. Sand on top to level it off, and I've used this handy piece of wood here to sort of scrape across. I'm almost like decorating a cake, like icing a cake, scraping it backwards and forwards, side to side, getting it as level as I can, getting some real sort of pressure on it to get it compacted and compressed and squashed down before the slabs were gently laid on top. I've picked them up, put them down a few times, sort of tried to get them as level as I can. And if we show you the spirit level here, I mean, it's not perfect. It's just sort of slightly off level. But you know what? It's good enough. It's good enough for what I need in here. I'm not going to faff on trying to get it perfectly level when I don't need to. I'm not going to be walking on it. It's just going to have some stuff stored on it to make my life a whole lot easier in here. And anyway, if I was going to do this sort of thing at home, I would get a man in. I would get a man in who knows what he's doing to make me a lovely patio at home, whereas I'm just faffing about with this at the polytunnel. And one last thing to show you. Let me stand up again here, and we will do it here. This is the door I mentioned before. Let me see if I can squeeze this back as far as I can. And look, the door opens. We're going to knock the spirit level over. But look, we can open it all the way. So that's what I was after. So that back door then, the polytunnel was pretty much redundant before, because I had loads of stuff, the big pile of slabs and stuff like that piled in front of it. Now we can get in both the back and the front of the polytunnel, which, I don't know, will it make life easier? Who knows? But the option's there to be able to come in and out of that door if I want to. Right, I'm going to finish all this off. I need to go to the shop. I need to get some more sand. I don't have enough to do it all. Going to faff about. Got loads of other stuff to do. So as if by the magic of video editing, the next time you will come back, you will see this finished, hopefully, with the sort of potting unit thing built on it and some shelves and everything beautifully tidy in here. So I'll be back with you in just a jiffy. And I'm back. And this is pretty much, I think, the first time this back door has ever been used properly since I built the thing. It would have been used when I built it. Ever since then, it's just had stuff in front of it blocking it. But now look, I can get in and out this door, as well as the one on the other side of you that I normally use all the time. Not quite sure what I'll use it for, but it's there, it's accessible. I can get in and out, it's done. As you might be able to tell, if we open the back door, all the snow is gone now, so it's a good sort of 2 or 3 weeks after I was here the last time, getting this sort of job started, getting things tidied up, getting the slabs down and whatnot. But it's done, it's almost finished. I thought there's one little bit left to do, and that is over this side. There's another wire racking shelf sort of thing that's going to go over here, so all this junk that's in this bucket down here is going to go on there, and it's going to look a lot nicer. Over this side, look, I'm dead chuffed with this. I've had this potting bench in my house waiting to be built for probably a year. It's an Aldi special buy one. I got it last year. The cheapest chips, they are a bit more expensive this year. A lot of the gardening stuff, the special buy, is just coming into Aldi. They're more expensive this year than they've ever been, than I've ever seen them before. I've got another 2 of these. I've got one at home and I've got one in the shed down there. and they're brilliant. It's got all my stuff down here, my seaweed feed, my calmag, my tomerite, stuff like that, bits and pieces. The drawers have got all the junk in that just lies around. There's paracord, there's plant labels, there's little feeder things and all sorts. And this one, we've got staples, cable ties, screws, that sort of stuff. A couple of bits and pieces on the top, and a spirit level there that you might be able to see or not. I left it on there on purpose because it is pretty much bang on level, which is a rarity for me. Anyway, it's looking absolutely smashing here. I'm chuffed to bits with it. I've given the soil a bit of a hoe over. There's some little weeds and things like that, so we've got a shot of them, so it's looking good. Anyway, that is that job done almost. One thing, a confession, behind the camera over there is a big pile of cardboard, and it looks really messy, but there's a reason for that. I've got a project on the go down there. We're going to look at some hugelkultur stuff. That is probably going to come before the end of February. If I can squeeze it in, we'll get that in before the end of February. And if you can see them down here, we've got some new pallet collar raised beds. It's going to form part of that project, and it'll become an experiment, and we'll see how that works out throughout this year. Anyway, that is me done for today. I'm going to sit over there, put my feet up with a cup of tea, and admire all of this hard work and tidiness that we can see here. And if I can be bothered, I'll move the spare slabs that we've got here outside and think about another project that we can do with them. Anyway, that is me very much done for today. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll hopefully see you on the next one. Bye for now, folks.